Hi guys, it's Martin from Flicking Feathers. Tonight I'm going to be tying a flats creature. I'm tying it on a size 2 Gamakatsu S10S-4H, and I've already tied in some medium lead dumbbells. So this is quite a heavy version. It's a really effective and simple quick tie. You'll be able to tie it much quicker than on your own than I will do it in the video. So, better tighten my vise. There we go, that's better. So the first thing, after you've got the eyes in and given them a wee bit of super glue, is to tie in something to represent the mouth parts. Now in this one I'm going to make it quite drab, but you could use maybe like some orange or something, just to add a wee bit of colour. But I'm just going to tie in a short bunch of tan marabou. So just and I like the marabou because I always stop sort of just between the hook barb and the hook point with my tying base, so you can make this a bit long, especially with this, the way the body of this fly is made. It's not made like a standard merkin, so you can leave this longer and let the fibres sort of come over and cover things up. So what I just sort of measure a shank length and just bring it in the gap, and just quick pinch and loop. Just a turn, just check the length. I'm happy with that. So just a couple of turns will hold it, and then trim away the waste. And then I like to tidy up. I like to have a reasonably neat base of thread at each stage. Yeah, so as I said, you could use orange or hot pink or something. Also, if you wanted to add a bit of sparkle, this would be the time, but I won't be. I'm not a big fan of sparkling crab flies. The next thing is tying a couple of eyes. These are epoxy eyes that I've made, but you could use the EP eyes or whatever eyes you like. I've just burnt the ends of this nylon and then dipped it in epoxy and coloured it black with some nail polish. So I just tie them in together so they're the same length. Just make sure they line up, and then take plenty of turns so they don't slip. And make sure there's an eye on either side of the shank. And you can take your time just to position them the way how you like. I'll come in and I'll just throw a wee turn of thread between each. Wet that marabou. So a quick figure 8 around them just to splay them slightly, and then tighten down over it. So you can see there the eyes are slightly splayed. For me that's fine. Again, trim the waist. As I say, just make sure you get them as you like them. I'm not quite happy with them, so I'm just going to pull them back, and I'll put a wee turn in here just to sort of lift them slightly. There we go, that's a bit better. Then for claws, I'm just using a couple of sort of cream coloured Indian cock hackle tips. I'm using 4. I always like to double them up, because they break. You could, it's entirely up to you. You could use, sometimes I tie this with like claws made of knotted ultra chenille or zonker strap. So just when you prepare the claws, I like to just take two feathers at a time, and make, before you try tying them in, just line the tips up, sort of, and let the feathers sort of, they'll follow each other naturally if you get them lined up right. It gives you a slightly more distinct claw, and then I tie them so that they're splaying away. Claw length sort of up to you. I don't like huge big claws. I like them again sort of a shank length. But again, if you want them longer or shorter or whatever, that's your fly. Tie it how you like it. So just take one pair in, tie it, and if I just turn that, you can see how it sort of splays away, and it's up below the eye. And then I'll just align my next two feathers. Make sure the tips are aligned again. Get them lined up, facing the right direction. And then obviously you turn the good side away from you on your side, so the feathers are curving towards you. And then same again about a shank length to your tie-in point. Just check them for length, they're the same, that's fine. And then tighten up, tidy everything up, and trim your butts. So that's sort of the claws, mouthpiece, and eyes. That's the sort of the worst of the tying done. And then now it's time to build the body and add the legs. I'm using bronze EP fibres, about a clump about a pencil wood thick, and I'm just going to trim the ends square, right, so you don't get raggly bits. It makes it, if you leave it sort of straggly like you get when you take it off the bunch, it makes it more difficult later to tidy everything up and trim the body. So the first, I just tie it in stage by stage and trim it. So the first bunch, I want it to be a bit short, just so that the very ends of it are touching the back of the eyes, kind of maybe creeping up on top of them. Just one turn, two turns, three, right? And then just make sure that the fibres are sort of spread across the top of the shank like that. If you tie trout flies, you want it to look like, imagine a giant comparadun wing, and then I just pull it up, I just trim it level with the hook there, and fold it back, put a couple of turns over the top. Right, so there's the crabs starting. Like I said, depending on how you trim this, you could make it like a shrimp, like a mantis shrimp or something, or a crab. Then the next bunch is just coming in again, exactly the same thing. About a couple of turns. Again, make sure it's spread. And then tie in your next bunch. Fold your bunch back, sorry. Tie it in. And I don't pre-cut it, I just use a whole length at a time. And I find that's, you know, you get less waste. And you can see there the sort of the crab shape's already sort of coming. You know, there's actually kind of minimal trimming after. Then I'm going to tie in a leg. I'm using yellow legs. There's something about yellow legs that I just like on crabs. But again, if you want orange, or you know, you want to keep it tan or whatever, that's pretty much up to you, your fly. So I just tie it in, and I just fold it back, because I tie everything in the hook gape side. I don't tie anything like what would be the top of the shank, right? So you can, I just tie them sort of aiming back, and the EP fibres hold them sort of sticking out. It makes the legs quite easy to manage. So there's a nice wee tip. Another bunch. Trim that a wee bit. Three, fold it back, tie, and the fold it back length, make sure you tie it over it. You know, it's not a hollow tie. Make sure you do tie over it to sort of hold everything securely in place. And if you want, you can add a dab of super glue, but I'm going to seal the bottom anyway. Later. So again, just cut it, just level with the point of the hook. Sort of fill the gape at this point, and then just, you know, you can just use your fingers to sort of force it into the shape you want. Another bunch. One, two, three. Tie back over it. It's almost like as if you're building a muddler head or something, or a baitfish head. Then I like another set of legs. It's about the middle. You can see there is even, I'm just tying it angled back in the EPs. The EP forces the legs to sort of stand out away from the body, making them quite apparent, and you know, they don't sort of cluster together. It's a nice, it just acts as a nice sort of spacer. So just the same again, another two clumps, and then I'll tie in another leg. Just use your thumb, make sure it's spread. If it's not sitting the way you like, if it doesn't sit the way you want, just force it, because it will go. So I've got a bit of a cold. Just got to force another couple of bunches in here. Now, when you get to the eye, right, depends what you want to do really. If you want to tie a weed guard in, I'd stop here, just tie my weed guard in, but I'm not tying a weed guard in this, and I've left actually a bit of room at the front specifically because of that, and I'm going to come right in tight to the eyes, like this here. Fold it back. It looks like I'm just going to be beat. I need another clump. And putting in a fourth leg, because I'm just going to continue the dressing beyond the dumbbells right up to the eye of the hook. And I'll grab another bunch of EP. Make this a bit thinner because I'm squeezing it in. I'll make it, so this, I'm just using a slightly thinner bunch here because I'm sort of squeezing in at the eye. I'll double that. And so that's just not sitting the way I like it. Just pinch and loop it. I'll leave this a wee bit longer so that I can sort of stretch it over the dumbbells as it before I trim and see how it's sitting, so that it sort of gives me the maximum coverage. And then I'm just going to split it and push it back, just the same, and tie down. Don't worry if it sort of fights you, just keep going back, your thread will get it. And once it's going back, that's basically the tying done. Just come in and throw a couple of whip finishes in there. Trim your thread and just take that waste away. Then you just sort of have a look at, you can see there it's already got quite a nice wee crabby shape. You barely need to do any trimming. But I like to just pull the legs away, make sure they're pointing down, and then I just sort of follow my thumb to get a nice sort of curve and make it even, so that it's even on both sides. Then just any wee stragglers that I've missed, just sort of level it up. And there you have it. Flats creature, nice little crab. You can trim it sort of long and thin, or I'm just going to leave that nice and round. That's it. Good little crab pattern. Tie some up. I hope you can catch some fish in them. I've caught a few fish in them. I've caught bonefish, bream, groupers, various sort of wee snapper species. So yeah, I thoroughly recommend it. And the last thing I'm just doing is I'm just banging some head cement along the underside there. You could use, like Loon UV or whatever you like, clear goo or epoxy, and then just at the tie off point there, just to seal the eyes. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, or if you didn't, leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye.